Afternoon, Shikai. How you doing?
Hey, what's up, buddy? Everything's not good, but good.
Not
Just
good, but good. So last week, you raved on about how good the weather is and how awesome is Bermuda. Bermuda is, and how's everything going this week?
well, we got 4 seasons in a day. So this morning was beautiful, sun, calm, and this evening we're ramping up for a hurricane. So I was outside cleaning up my yard, boarding up my house, getting ready to have a hurricane party. Bought some birds, went for a 3 mile run. Stock up for the hurricane.
Yeah. I heard you. We just finished the conversation. You tell me you got the six pack sitting on your lap and you got the pizza sitting beside you, so you're ready for the hurricane.
Oh yeah, that's how we do it.
That's good to hear. At least they're still delivering those pizzas. What time's the hurricane supposed to hit you guys?
Between 12 and 3 a.m. There's a category two, and saying that most times category twos are like a slight storm, but this one has um a heap of tornadoes in it, so it could be pretty dangerous.
Oh, okay, yeah, nice. Well, you see the Bermuda Army start get out there and
Cut
jigger
some
those
trees.
poles around the corners and stuff and get
Yeah,
some power going.
yeah. But we be good. We're Spartans of hurricanes, man.
There you go. Well, this week we had been touting the Battle of Bermuda, the Jai versus Jonah conversation that I guess is a deal in Bermuda and something the motocross committee or motocross club and stuff talk about. Is there any actual legit competition there that those two guys hate each other? They want to box. Can we get a world wrestling match going on between the two, or is it just some fun love?
They're good friends. They're really good friends. The island makes it Jai and Jenna, but Jai and Jenna are really the cool. They shoot the shit a bit. I talk more trash about both of them to each other than they actually talk. To spice them up, but they don't really fall for it. So yeah.
Well, hopefully we can get them to fall for it this time, and maybe when I get back to Bermuda, we can set up a ring and they can go at it toe to toe.
That'd be interesting.
So, to get it started with Jai and Jonah, so I know both of them pretty well, through you, obviously, and I know Jonah and his dad, Vaughn, through Stan. You know, I helped him out with a bike and stuff for the mini O's, but it's gonna be your story. So I'm gonna kind of sit back and listen to what you've got to say and poke holes in everything. But I've got some categories here written down, and I had some people in Bermuda send me some information, so I kind of got a little bit of you know, a little bit of an in with the local Bermuda people and what they think of Jonah and Jai. So how do they compare to each other when it comes to championships and stuff in Bermuda?
Championships in Bermuda. So Jonah's older than Jai by a year. Um, if memory serves me correct, which it does because those two are like my little brothers. When they were younger, Jai used to beat Jonah because Jonah used to play with Hot Wheel cars in the dirt. He didn't care to race. So like we would go to Bremen to a area qualifier, and Jonah wouldn't give two hoots about anything but his Hot Wheel cars from Walmart, and he would have 50 of them playing with him. So when all the other kids was out racing, Jonah was playing with his Hot Wheel cars or with some kid somewhere else. He didn't. His passion for motocross didn't grow till later on in life. So as kids, Jai used to beat Jonah all the time. It would have been Jai and DeAndre or one of the other kids that I don't remember. But yeah. So the younger years, Jai's definitely got the upper hand on Jonah. But that's through Jonah didn't get passionate about racing that I can remember until maybe on the 85.
I tell you a story about Jai. The first time I ever met Jai, he was in diapers. Um, his dad had me come over to North Carolina to train his brother to get him ready for area qualifier, and I went over and stayed with him in the RV, and we went to the area qualifier and everything. Um, stayed at the track. Now I was messing with his brother at the time, just play fighting. I can't remember what we were doing. I think we were in the RV and we were like play fighting. And how I knew Jai had a little bit of get up and go in him is he basically came over and he thought we were really fighting, and he came over and he was ready to fight me. Like how dare I mess with his brother? And that's one thing I'll never forget about Jai is he was really upset with me that he thought I was fighting his brother and he wanted to try and kick my ass.
Yeah, but I want to tell you that you met Jai before that, and you just don't remember.
There's a good chance of that.
Do you remember when you let me ride your bike in Canada, that 250? Remember, I've never rode a 250 two-stroke before in my life. The
Yep,
Suzuki.
yep.
And it was the CMX National. That was Jai's first ever national. He was 4 years old. He won the mud race. And after he had won it, they took the championship from him because he was the only one that finished. So they said the race was canceled.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yep, that was when you met Jai as a
I thought
4-year-old.
that was his brother.
No, that was Jai.
Okay,
Play would have been in Pampers. Play was the baby. Jai's older.
okay,
Sanaj.
okay.
Yeah, that was Jai.
Okay. So, okay, I remember now. Yep, yep. I remember there was a big kerfuffle about trying to take the championship off the poor little black kid and all that sort of stuff. Yep, I remember that.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah. Well, there was a lot of things come out of Canada, so we'll just move on from there.
Definitely.
So you were saying Jai is about a year older than Jonah.
No, Jonah's a year older than Jai. Jai's
Oh,
the young.
Jonah's a little older than Jai, so we
Yeah,
can. Okay, so that's going to flip the script a little bit because I was going to beat up on Jai being older than Jonah.
no, Jai's the baby.
Okay, all right. So I know they've both come over to the US plenty of times, and they've ridden over here. How have they both performed over here? I know Jai. I think he won some races at the Daytona Supercross in the Supercross Futures. But I think he's won more than one. I can't remember what was going on. He run into a little bit of bad luck. But how's Jonah done it every time he's come over?
So Jai would come over and live at SOB. And Jonah would go and live at Club. They both used to do good. Jai's had the better of luck at the bigger races. Um, I would say they've never really. The only time I've seen them race was at Miniers, and that was Jonah's first year in A class. Maybe Jai's first year. I can't remember, but the race that I do remember, it was the last outdoor race, and they both started in the top 15, and Jai, Jordan Bailey, and Jonah followed each other around the track, and they worked their way up to, I want to say, 6th, 7th, and 8th, and that's how they finished. That's the only race that I've ever seen them race, and Jai beat Jonah in my recall. I can't speak for the rest. I know they've raced at area qualifiers, and Jai beat Jonah, but Jonah DNF. Not sure why, but um, in Bermuda, as they got older, Jai raced his super mini in the expert class, and Jonah was racing in the 80 class. So Jonah would win the championship, and Jai would race with experts. So as they got older, I don't think they raced as much, and I think that's why it's so spicy for them to race each other now, because it's the unknown as to who's the better rider. Results wise, at an older age, Jai's raced more bigger races, obviously. He's won a few races in the Canadian Triple Crown as a pro. His podiumed in it. and Jonah's never. I think Jonah's raced one or two pro races, and they didn't end well. The one he raced was at uh the sandy track in Canada.
Sandalee.
It might have been Sandalee. Is another one. What's the other one?
Go for
Go for
Dune.
Yes, I think it was Go for Dooms. Jonah got top five hole shot and crashed in the first corner. And that was pretty much his weekend.
Oh wow! So is Jonah or Jai? I know Jai did some races last year, and you know they're kind of a little bit underwhelming and stuff. But have they both got plans to come back in 2026 and do anything in stateside, or have they pretty much just committed to riding in Bermuda if they ride at all now?
So Jonah actually races in Bermuda, and I say races, he jumped on the bike the last two race days with no practice and just started racing. He hasn't rode in a year. And Jai rides when he feels like it. Has been working on a couple different business ideas. He runs them through me sometimes, but they don't really ride anymore. Like not how they used to. Jai still has ambition to race a few supercrosses to say he did it because he's worked so hard to get his points and everything, but it's just so hard coming from Bermuda, going away, training, paying the facilities, and then you come back home and you ride Bermuda. So it's like it's kind of disheartening if you're trying to be a professional because we don't have the facility for them. So I'm pretty sure they both have ideas or thoughts of getting back out there and going, but it's just what they're gonna do. I know Jai and I've talked about it. Um, he may go Daytona. He may not. He actually told me he's gonna sponsor me. He's gonna give me one of his bikes so I can race Daytona. That'd be
Oh wow!
interesting.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. If that's going to be the case, I'm going to show up and I'm going to bring some beer and a pizza, and I'm going to sit back and watch that.
I think if you bring beer and a pizza to Daytona, I'ma eat that and watch Jai's bike.
I'll just stand at the finish line at the end of the race and wait for you. You can pull over and eat some beer and pizza if you make it to the end.
See, this is it. I will finish. I promise.
So right now we're looking at. I don't want to say Jai being the better rider or anything like that. I don't think we should go down that path. That should be a head-to-head race at some point in the future. But um, they're
I mean,
they're they're
we can
friends.
see it. Jai's got the better results.
Yeah,
Jai's
Jai's
racing
got,
the race.
exactly. Jai's got the better results. That's kind of where I was going. But
Yeah,
you know, every now and then I have a bit of a brain fart and I need to get back on track. So um, they're I'm looking at their social media right now, or Instagram when I say social media, and Jai's definitely got the edge when it comes on that. And I mean, if I'm quite honest, both of their social media is pretty shit. But um, what are they like on the island? Are they, it's obviously not a very big island, so are they bumping into each other? Or are they hanging out? Or they just stay away from each other? Or they got their
nah.
own groups of friends, or are they friends, or what's the dynamic there like with that?
Duff friends. Bermuda's small, so they always gather around each other at a social event or down the track. They sit off and talk. I wouldn't say they're best buddies, but they're friends. Like I don't know, what's the rivalry?
I
They
lost you
they've
there for a
never
minute there.
hated each other. I mean,
Okay.
we used to travel together when they were kids. So Jai used to play with Jonah's Hot Wheel cars.
Well, I guess that's one thing. So I've got a Hot Wheels car collection. I could send Jonah. Tell him if he gets upset after this podcast, I'll send him some Hot Wheels.
Yeah, it was. I can tell you a funny story about Jonah. We was at Bremen at a qualifier. Loretta Lynn's. area qualifier. And Jonah didn't. He when I say he didn't care about racing, he didn't mind if he raced or not. But when he raced, he gave it his all. So his dad used to have. He has two sons. Vaughn has two sons, Jonah and Jonte. And Johnny was fast. Jonte was top 5 in any class wherever he went. And we had Vaughn had got him one of the. It was the first KTM 85 in North America. We got it from H&H KTM. And Vaughn was all worked up about the bike. Got the bike ready. Jonte was on the line. Jonte's race is coming, going. So we get to the starting line, and Jonah's on the starting line on his mini adventure. And we looked on, and Jonah had 2 flat tires. And he raced the bike with 2 flat tires, and I want to say he missed qualifying by 1 spot or something like that. But like, that's what I mean. He was determined. He would give his all. He just wasn't passionate about it.
Yep, yep. When he was on there, he was trying to do it, but if he wasn't on
Right.
the bike and he didn't,
Yeah,
Hot
if he
Wheels
was
cars.
on Hot Wheel cars was it. Like,
Yeah.
that's what he wanted. Hot Wheel cars. So,
Well, so a little bit before we had this little conversation that we're having, before we got started, someone in Bermuda sent me a picture, and it looks like I asked them what year, and they think it's about 2013. It's got a fat old guy out in the front on a number one on a Honda. Um, that's you. I know that's you. So
that
Jai
that
and Jonah are at the back. So tell me the story about you beating up on these two Bermuda legends.
so every so often, this is when I didn't race. That's my profession back then was I want to say Jager bombs and pizza. And the night before, I would have some Jager bombs and pizza. My son would be racing, so I would prep his bike, get him all ready for racing. And one of my friends owned that Honda, and he didn't race it, so he would just let me ride it. And I had this bright idea that I'm gonna go race. So back then, if I wasn't racing, I was throwing up in my helmet. And I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna go race." Jai's racing. I used to tease the piss out of Jai. I can beat you. You can't beat me. He calls me arm pump because Loretta's. I was running third, and I got arm pump and couldn't stop my bike afterwards. So I was in front for 2 laps. Smoked him, man. Jai, I smoked you, Jai. You know I smoked you. Smoked you all with that. And in that picture, it just so happens that that era had that picture has all the fast riders from our era. So LJ is one of Bermuda's best local riders now. His number 24. Jonah's number 17 on the Yamaha. Aaron Cannoneer is number 2 on the Kawasaki. Otis Ingham, who is Aaron's father, who used to race Jeremy McGrath and Mike Braun. I want to say his beat Mike Braun C-Class at Daytona way back when Jesus used to pack race Billy Goats. And yeah, it was all the top riders. We don't have a bunch of top riders, but Jai, who used to race, Loretta's against Adams. No, did he race Adam? I believe his race Adam. I want to say Adam talked about him one time on a podcast as well, Cincerello. So he was like one of the up and comers in the States at one point. He was one of the guys in America at one point in his life. And he let the old pizza eating, Jager bomb drinking, drunk guy smoke him. And then I pulled over and had some beer.
Pulled
Because,
off and had some beer.
yeah, I had pulled over and had some beer. That's enough. I couldn't embarrass. I didn't want to hurt their feelings, so I pulled off.
And you didn't have any more laps left in you. Let's face it.
No, I had more laps left in me, but I had to take a break and catch my breath so I can get more laps.
There you go. There you go. So, I know you guys have had a bunch of women riders come over, like professional women riders come over. You were telling me, Mercedes Gonzalez was the first female pro that you had to come over. Do you remember what year that was when she came over?
Mm, must I was too young to remember that, to be honest. I remember that Sean Dukes and Azra Loss came at the same time, I believe, as Mercedes Gonzalez. but that's way too long. Like that's way back when David Bailey or Gary Bailey. Gary Bailey used to build our tracks.
Oh, okay.
So it was like way before my time. I might have been 5 or 6, but I just remember the lady racing. And then I remember Sean Dukes and Ezra Lost. Freewheeling Honda used to send a team to Bermuda every so often to come race.
And that was on the old Coney Island track. That was way before the track at the airport was built.
No one, you wouldn't have even thought we was gonna leave Coney Island when they
Yeah.
came. It was sick. It was sick.
Yeah. Well,
Actually, Ezra Lost raced the 80, and then jumped on a 252 stroke and flogged everybody.
I haven't seen or heard from Ezra in a long time. To be, if I'm honest.
Hmm.
Yeah. I mean, he just kind of, in
This,
my world anyway, he just kind of disappeared off the face of the planet.
yeah.
And then Jesse Davis came over, and then you had another WMX rider that Jai brought over for Coney Island last year.
Yeah, he bought. I don't remember her name, and I feel horrible for that. She was actually racing in the Procast at the Coney Island race last year. She was doing all right, and then she got hurt and didn't ride anymore. But she wasn't too bad. I
She
just
come over from
I
Europe or America?
she I want to say she trained at SOB and she raced in Canada.
Oh, okay. Okay. I know there's some of the World MXGP women that want to come, and I had one lined up for you guys for a few years ago, but then everything went down with the club and everything got postponed and all sorts of stuff, and I kind of got a little bit of shit for that, but that wasn't my fault. So we will move on. But I know there's some women want to come over now because their season is basically done. While you guys are still able to race in the off season for them. So there's a bunch of people lined up ready to come over and do the race at Coney Island. That seems to be the talk of the town. Is that race at Coney Island? Any update with what's going on? Are you guys still planning and in discussions with that?
We're in discussions and still waiting.
Nah.
Still, just fingers crossed is the best I can say. There's a lot of people that want to come and race it. I have an idea for the over 40s class to bring back all the past Bermuda legends. That's what we call them, like Dave Addo, Clint Seeley, Derek Fisher. Um, and I'm pretty sure I'm missing a good bit, but just the guys that raced at Coney Island, even maybe my good friend Kyle Kelly, got him back and come and race at Coney just one more time and make that over 40s class pretty good. But as long as they know they're gonna be coming behind me, no one beats me at Coney. They all know it. The only one I haven't beat there is Dave. The rest of them, I'm smoked them.
Well, that's we'll see what we can get. You got to go. You guys have got to go ahead. And I mean, it's good that the government hasn't said no, it's not going to happen yet. So as long as the discussions are still going, there's still you know still a light at the end of the tunnel. So hopefully you guys can work on that. But tell me what the attraction is to Bermuda. If you had to sell it to someone, if we got a hold of Jeffrey Hurlings and we said, hey Jeffrey, we want to have you come and race in Bermuda. What sell it to us? What does he just come over and you guys hand him a swizzle and tell him to hang out on the beach and that's his reward? Like, sell us the island. Why would anyone want to come and race in Coney Island?
Um, for one, the hurricane parties are the best. I mean, we got Category 2 hurricane coming and everyone fills up the bathtubs with ice and beer. What's better than that? No, but no, I mean, it's blue skies, beautiful beaches, great scenery, beautiful people. Everyone's gonna love you. You're gonna feel at home. Um, and then it's just the uniqueness of Coney Island. If they're coming for Coney Island, It's probably one of the most beautiful places you would ever go and race. The island surrounded by ocean, and it's a beautiful nature. It's a beautiful park. So it's just what did they call it? Nostalgia. Last year, everyone was talking about the nostalgia of Coney Island. It's a one off. It's a one off. You would never get this feeling or the scenery anywhere else in the world.
Yeah, and I can vouch for the friendliness of the island. I remember when I came down and built you guys the track. Dennis Correa, I'm sure you know Dennis. He donated a
That
lot of time and a lot of machinery, um, and he could not have been a better person. But he had a worker. I can't remember his name. He was an absolute legend, and he built the sea wall along the side of the track, and he built a bunch of berms, and everything looked perfect. But after everyone did a full hard day's work, it was down to get some bonefish and go down and drink some swizzle and hang out. Titan Tim, he's been an absolute legend down there for you guys. Does he still manage to get down there?
Tim hasn't been back in a while, but a legend in Bermuda. Tim, yeah, I can say it. Tim hangs in the ghetto when he comes to Bermuda.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
His one of the brothers. So he comes to Bermuda, and I mean Bermuda's not a bad place, but he goes to places most tourists won't go, even though they would be accepted. It's just like they don't go to those places, and Tim is well known in those spots. But
Oh, he was
it's just
he he was instrumental in getting me to go down and race some supermoto down there, and like I think I alluded to the last podcast. I went down there, and Chris Alves was nice enough to let me ride his bike. And I remember I had no practice. I only was allowed to race one race because Chris was trying to get points for the championship, I think it was. So he had to ride the other race. I lined up in Moto One, and I remember Tim coming in, and he was stoked that he got like third or something, and I had to break it to him that I was just about to lap him on a borrowed bike that I'd never ridden before and had no practice. But I think he might have ended up winning the day. I think he ended up winning the next moto or a couple of motos or whatever it was. But yeah, Tim's no slouch behind the bars.
yeah, yeah.
Both bars, the bar getting drunk and the handlebars.
Gotta love Tim. Gotta
So
love Tim.
so we got a little bit of time left, but anything else going on down there that we need to be concerned with or need to let anyone talk about? What I did find funny is you guys in Bermuda, you have nicknames for everyone. Everyone's called something that has, to me, nothing to do with who they are. You're like, you got Stork, and I can't even remember all the names and what's going on down there. Freak, Stork, all that sort of
Right.
stuff, and yeah, Rock. But I tried to find out Jonah or Jai's nicknames, and it's no one's got a nickname for them. Someone did message me back and said they're too lame to have nicknames, which I find hard to believe. But how can that be that Jonah and Jai don't have a nickname?
I don't know what to say. Yeah, I mean, Jai is short for Jair, and Jenna is Jenna. It's two people that don't have nicknames.
Yeah, that's shit. You guys have
Maybe
got
they're
to
not
work.
fast enough to have nicknames. They haven't beat me, so they can't get nicknames.
Oh, okay. Well, the gauntlet's thrown down then. So you guys are going to do some shit talking, and I expect this time next week when we have a discussion that at least someone's come up with a nickname for Jai and Jonah. I don't care what it is. Make some shit up. Come up with something and get back to it. On that, I guess a little bit of point of pride, Shikai, is last podcast, which we totally was amateur as crap, and this one obviously is not much better. But we started to head towards the to thousands of listeners. So we're actually not doing too bad, and we haven't had any horrible comments. At least I've not had any horrible comments from anyone in Bermuda. You might have, but yeah, we actually didn't start off too badly.
So the comments that I got was I was too fake. I wasn't Shakai. I was being too nice. So that's why I came tonight a little bit more Shakai.
And a
I'm
little bit
trying to
more
like
drunk.
I'm trying to wean them in to me, the arrogant fast guy. But I just don't want the world to think that I'm some dick, which I really am. But yeah.
Yeah, the world can think what they want to think, dude. We're not doing this to try and make any money. We're not trying to make anyone our friend. So it is what it is. But I know I've been hit up. I don't know if you've been hit up, but the conversations will start to lean towards some cricket in the next few podcasts, and then we got some powerboat people wanting to talk and explain what they've got going on. I know there was a bit of a shake up in the power sports. What is it? The Bermuda Powerboat Racing Club or whatever it is. I know they had someone that worked with them for a long time that just recently left the organisation. So there's some
Yeah.
shake up going on there.
Yep. 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 Oh, it's shake up in Bermuda. I mean, this little island has professionals in every single sport and they've never competed. So if you can read into that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. They got some professional shit talkers going on as well, which is
That's definitely it. You gotta wear rain boots wherever you go.
yeah, it is what it is. I remember I got into an argument when I was building the track down there for you guys, and um, hopefully, I mean, I'd really like to come back and help the club do some stuff and progress, but there's a lot of headbutting going on, and people want to pull different directions, and that's one of the unfortunate things with everything that happens down there is if you could get everyone pulling in the same direction, it would be amazing. That track would be amazing. Everything going on would be amazing. But too often, everyone starts to pull in a different direction because they have a slightly different idea and want it done their way, which is unfortunate. But it is what it is. We're all people, and everyone's just trying to do the best by themselves. I don't think there's any malice out there or anyone trying to actively destroy the club. But if we all helped each other out, it'd probably be a lot better for the island.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's just everyone has the own idea of the perfect finish, and some people are right. I mean, in everyone's head, they're right, but it's some things that work and some things that will never work, and it's just a little bit of convincing or a lot of convincing, and then even after you convince them, you still have to convince them to believe what you convinced them to believe. It's just it's
Yeah,
Bermuda,
yeah, it is. It is. It's Bermuda. It is what it is.
the
Um,
crest triangle. All the aliens. I think the aliens got to us.
well, someone explained to me about the Bermuda Triangle, and they said the ships and planes only go missing when Bermuda needs some more people to work in the gardens. And then when they run out of people to work in the gardens, then they go and the Bermuda Triangle strikes, and then there's surprisingly people to work in the garden again.
I guess. I mean, we don't even have much gardens no more. All our food shipped her. So, if the ship didn't come, we don't got food.
Well, you got
What
KFC,
trouble?
so I know there's plenty of chickens getting around.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of chickens, but we don't like this one. It's still feral. We need the big fat.
Need the big fat American one.
Yeah, this one's the one with all the juice in them.
Well, from my end, I don't think we have too much more to talk about. We'll cover some more stuff next week. Probably almost running out of motocross, content for right now, unless you have an update on Coney Island or someone from the club wants to provide some information. But you and I'll talk during the week, and maybe we could talk some cricket or some football or something else that's going on the island. And yeah, we'll get
I
back to it.
I think next week we're gonna have a surprise about motocross. I'm feeling pretty positive about some great information the listeners are gonna want to hear about motocross in Bermuda.
Well, that's good.
Be
I was gonna
on
let
field.
Jonah or Jai come on and defend themselves about the shit that we've been talking, but who cares about their opinion, right?
Yeah, they don't matter.
Yeah,
Jonah
exactly.
likes Hot Wheels and joy is joy.
That almost sounds like a euphemism when you say Jonah likes Hot Wheels.
Not in that way, Jonah.
All right, buddy. Well, I will talk to you again next week, and hopefully we get 5 more listeners than we had last episode, and we can sit back and drink a beer together and say that we're successful podcasters.
Alrighty, sounds good to me.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you later.
Have a good one. Check you later.
You too.